Perfect, obviously, we are excited to be here. This is kind of a passion that Anton and I have, and I want to introduce somebody else to you. Matt, come here, please stand up. This is my friend Matt. Everybody say hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Yes,
hi, everyone.
So Matt is my longtime friend. We played high school baseball together. He is also my financial advisor. He runs his own company, Ross Financial, and he's my go-to guy on stuff. So I wanted him to partake in this. He's not here to generate any more business. He does plenty well for himself. But if you ever want another second opinion or anything what to do with your money, which is what we're going to be talking about today, he's my guy, and he can possibly be your guys' guy too.
Nice work.
Yes. Yes.
Start passing these out?
Yeah, so why don't we just do this? Yes, why don't we do this? Okay, so why don't everybody take one. Here we go. Why don't we go like this? Take one and pass it around, okay? I have some pens coming too as well. So everybody's going to get a handout here, and if we run short, then we'll have some more made for us. Let's see, where is my? You have yours, Anton? Okay, so let's share. So Anton, why did we decide to do this?
Is the year ending?
Yes.
And so at the end of the year, you have a time to reflect. You're going to have a couple days off, right? What do I still want to get done? What do I need to get done in 2022? And what do I want to accomplish in the next 5 to 10 years? And when you're thinking about this, I really want you thinking about this in regards to your wealth. Okay, what's my get free number? What did I do this year to move me and my family forward? Okay, and then take a second to pat yourself on the back. Did anyone buy a rental? Rental. Did anyone buy a house for themselves? Okay, anyone buy a piece of land? Anything. Okay? All of these things really can start to move yourself forward in real estate. Okay? That's just real estate though. So, sir, are there other ways to make money?
I've heard of one or two.
Okay, perfect. So, as we talk about this today, I just want you to really take a second. We're going to give you a little workbook. You should do a little homework. We're going to have a little follow-up meeting in January of what did I do this year? What do I want to do next year? Where do I want to go? And let's create a little bit of some action step and some plans in relation to that.
Yes, would you like to discuss a little bit in regards to the mindset of money, Anton?
The mindset of money. So, do you have anything specific, or you're
just in general? I'll kind of go with this, right? So there's 3 things. My friend Luke and I read a great book together. It's called "You're a Badass at Making Money," and in there's 3 things that people think that they can't talk about, but you should know everything about. It's religion, sex, and money. Okay? Most people don't like to talk about those kinds of things. And however, though, I like to talk about money because you know what? People say money doesn't make you happy. Well, that's because you ain't got any, so how would you know? Okay? Or, you know what, though? You still need money to pay your bills and to get from A to Z and do different types of things. So when I say the mindset around money is be open-minded to have an abundant amount of it. Would you rather have more than you know what to do with or less and you're just trying to figure things out? What would you rather have?
more?
Yeah, because you can always give it away, you can donate, you can help other people. There's a lot of great things that can happen from money. So that's where I share with this, is because sometimes it's ingrained from people who don't have anything, who say, oh, it doesn't make you happy, oh, you don't need that. Well, I won't go down that road. Okay, so that's in regards to when I talk about the mindset about money.
So I want to add to that. Money just creates options. Money, and when I say options, if you have money and you go into the car dealership, you can now choose different cars to purchase. Money can buy someone to come over and mow your lawn, okay? And well, let's say it takes an hour to mow your lawn. If I pay someone to mow the lawn, I now have 1 extra hour. What can I do with it? I have options. I can hang out with my family. I could prospect for more real estate. I can go to the gym. I can do something. So the whole point of this is how do we create some options, okay, to create freedom over the long run? Because does anyone want to work until they're like 78 and then just be really old and then like I'm dead? No.
Oh, yes. So let's ask Matt. Matt, do a lot of people do that though? Yeah, most definitely.
Well, and I'll tell you, a lot of people do it, but they don't do it on purpose. They do it by default.
There you go. Yeah.
So I got a question.
Yes.
I don't know any of you. I don't know your roles. Let me ask, by show of hands, how many of you sell real estate in this room? Okay. That was a trick question. Let me ask you this question a different way. How many of you run a real estate business?
Yes. There you go.
Now the answer is yes to both of them, but I think it's a mindset. And you either determine where you're going to go, or you're just going to end up someplace. Have we all heard this? That you either that you can choose your own destination, but if you don't choose your own destination, any road can get you there. There's a few different ways to say that.
Yeah.
So one thing that I will say real quick is this is a packed room with a couple of guys that I know. All they seem to want to do is impart wisdom. And so kudos to all of you to be here, but for these guys to lead in this fashion and deliver information. So I'm 44, I'll let you do the math. When I was 19, I got my real estate license at McPherson's, just up the road. And I sold real estate. I listed houses and made a commission. And I spent it. Okay? And I did a damn fine job of it. I did not run a real estate business, but I did not have leaders that would stand up in a room in front of me and deliver this information. I've already seen the outline. This information is gold. Okay?
Yes. Mac also, just to give us a heads up, so not only do I know him very well, I know his family very well. His family has been in the real estate business since Grandpa bought a lot of real estate. Then his parents bought a lot of real estate. Matt was in real estate. So that's kind of another reason why I brought Matt in here, is because he understands the game. He owns real estate himself as investments and things, so he understands the game, and that's one other reason why I brought Matt in on this, okay? I want to share this right here. So Gary talks about, when I say Gary, who am I talking about?
Gary
Yes.
Keller.
He talks about being successful over your career in real estate. Real estate is one of those things, it's not a get-rich-quick thing. You don't get into it and just make a bunch of money, and next thing you know, you're done and you're out. He talks about being successful over your career in real estate in regards to when you get your money, what you do with it. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. Gary also says one other thing, and this will forever be ingrained into me, and this is what I live my life by, is Gary says, success is the never-ending pursuit of being the best version of yourself. So whatever the best version of yourself looks like, that is what we're continuing to do and continuing to work on. And is what us three are going to do today, is to provide like a little bit of a roadmap for you to make a decision on what you want to do with it. Is that fair to say? Yes or yes? Okay.
And
yes.
The mindset that you want to get into, and maybe this is just an affirmation that you want to start writing, is you want to start writing, I am an investor.
Yeah.
I take my money and my money goes and works for me. So the problem is money is like little soldiers. Okay? The money comes in, and you got to send these little soldiers out to go fight little battles. Every $1 bill is one little soldier. He or she goes out to fight a battle, and then guess what? They come back with the spoils of war, and they bring more soldiers back. And over time, it starts to grow and grow and grow. My son is 15. I showed this to Lance earlier today. If you take $150 a month and invest it, at 8% starting at 15, how much money do you have when you're 70?
A lot.
It's like it's 1.8 million.
Yeah.
For $150 a month. And yes, my 15-year-old could find $150 a month. It's probably going into his Xbox and into something else. Okay, so how do I teach him that time will make him look like a genius? That the consistency in the investing makes you look smart. You don't have to be a genius to do this. You just have to do it, and then do it over and over and over again. Okay? So one of the mindsets that I'd like you to maybe to be thinking about consistently is I am an investor. When I came here from John L. Scott, Dory Murray, our team leader at the time, sat me down and said, hey, what's one of your affirmations? And I wrote this on a hot pink sticky note that's still stuck to a cork board next to my desk, and it's now bleached out. It's no longer hot pink. It's kind of like, you know, it looks like Pepto-Bismol pink now. But it says I'm an investor. So I'm sharing that with you. Because when I showed up and I was a brand new agent, brand new to Keller Williams, was I an investor?
No.
No. Did I own anything other than my first house?
No.
Okay. I didn't have any investments, and to be honest, I was in a bunch of credit card debt at the time anyway. Okay. I wasn't making any money. But I chose this to be a mindset for me. I recommend you choose this to be your mindset too.
Matt wants to address something on that too as well. So Albert Einstein called the eighth wonder of the world what?
Compounding interest.
Yes, there you go. Nate, of course. yes. Yes. Boom! Talk about that.
Yeah, so, you stole my thunder.
Oh, sorry.
But
We have not compared notes.
But I'm gonna tag off of that. So we're gonna spend a little bit more time on what Anton said. So, what is compounding interest? Can somebody just real quick give me an example?
Give them the rule of 72.
Snowball.
Love it. You give them the rule of 72. What's your name?
Phil.
Phil. You tell them.
So take your interest rate divided by 32, and that's how often your money will die.
Nice work. So, an example would be, you make 7% on your money. Your example was 8.
Yeah.
So 7's easier. Did everybody hear him? The rule of 72. Okay? Rule of 72. If you make 7% interest, it's close to 10. It takes 10 years for your money to double. All right? Thank you for participating. You get into a room with people and all of a sudden everybody shuts up and doesn't want to say anything. So this is the rule of 72. Now, like what we're talking about here, you can send your money out and let it work for you. And it comes back with more, hopefully, than what you sent it out with. If a person, let's see. I'm trying to gauge the age in the room here. So I'm 44. Let's say I work another 20 years. If I decided to work another 20 years and invest money, I've got less time than somebody who's 34, right? Obviously. Anybody have a car payment in here?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Anybody go to Starbucks? Anybody go out to eat? Right? We've all got a couple extra bucks. Now, I've been behind on my rent before to the tune of 3 months. I've had late payments, all that kind of good stuff. Debt does you no good. Okay? If you can get rid of some of your debt, put it to work for you. $400 a month. Okay? I think if we all sat down and looked at our budget, we could do something with $400. If we took $400 when we're in our mid-30s and invested, that's $5 grand a year. By show of hands, no, not by show of hands, throw out numbers. If you made 7-8% interest, what do you think that number is by the time you go to retire? 30 years. Throw out some numbers for me.
Million.
Keep coming.
600,000.
$5 grand a year, you're asking?
$5 grand a year.
$2 million.
Like $3.5 million.
Okay. I heard 4 answers.
No other guesses.
1.5 million.
$4 million.
It's 566,000. Okay.
Winner, winner. Yeah.
Now, it's hard to do that math because it's compounding interest and we need calculators to do that. But 10 years later, if you wait 10 years to invest at $5 grand a year, that's $50,000 less that you would have invested. But you have got $220,000 then. Because your money doesn't have time to grow. What's the point? Invest early. There's an old Chinese proverb that says the best time to invest was 20 years ago. The next best time to invest is today. So I think this meeting is timely. It's December. We're all
Yes.
doing our New Year's resolutions.
Yes.
Make a New Year's resolution, do something just a little bit different. So that compounding interest, that compounding can happen.
Okay, now we're gonna get going into this worksheet. Does everybody have one of these? Does everybody have one of these? Okay, so you got one, perfect. Does everybody else have one?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful, okay. This is kind of, thank you. Laura's got one too. All right, here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna give us, actually, let me take 2 steps back. Eyes on me, please. This right now, last time I tried to do something like this, I got busted up because this is not about how to make a phone call and what to say and how to get a signed contract and how to close a transaction. Can everybody be okay with that? This is after you close the transaction and you get a check, sir. And then when you get your check, now we're going to talk about what you do with that. Is everybody clear on that? Is everybody clear on that too in here too as well? I'm talking about scripts and dialogues and how to write a contract. Okay, we got the best broker, Amy Wagner, to help you with that.
Someone said, Karina said yeah.
Yes, okay, sounds great.
Thank you, Karina.
Okay, so is what we want to do right here. This here is just your basic, simple, easy graph. Who wants to say what the very first thing says on the graph?
Remove debt.
Yes, well what did Matt just say? Remove what? Remove debt. What's the very next thing?
Spend less.
Spend less. Who likes to go out there and just spend a lot of money like Anton did when he got his first couple checks? Right? You know anybody like that? Yeah. Yeah. Luke's raising his hand. Good. Me too. Okay. The next one says what?
Earn more.
Earn more. We're in real estate. Is there an opportunity to earn more?
Yes.
Yes, all day long. It depends. Do you want to show up and make 10 extra phone calls today, or do you want to sleep in and do nothing? That's up to you. Okay? What's the last one?
Invest wisely.
Invest wisely. Matt, have you met a lot of people who maybe make a lot of money, but they don't invest wisely?
Sure, there's
Yes.
a big difference between somebody who makes a lot of money and somebody who's got a big net worth.
Yes. Okay.
Whoa,
Yes.
hold on. Say that again.
There's a big difference between somebody who makes a lot of money and has a big net worth.
A big difference.
Yeah.
What's one of the main differences?
They had mentors, they started early, they made good decisions, spend less than what you make, have a budget, all of it.
Yes. Perfect. Good. Hope you guys got a pen in your hand because we're dropping nuggets left and right. Hope you're listening too. Okay, here we go. So the next thing I wrote down, who would like to, Laura's going to read this out loud. What did I write right below that, Laura?
Live below your means and invest in your business and other assets.
Yes. Reinvest into what? Your business and other what?
Assets.
Assets. If you don't know the difference between an asset and a liability, please read Rich Dad Poor Dad. That'll sum it up very quickly for you. Okay? Anton, what's the next one say? Your money is what?
Your money is a tool. It's not how much you make, it's what you can do with the money.
Yes. So Matt, have you met a lot of people in your industry that maybe make a lot of money but aren't smart with it? And also people who don't make a tremendous amount of money but do very good things with it?
Yeah. Anybody ever read the book, The Millionaire Next Door?
I have not.
If you haven't, read it. It's fantastic.
Write that one down.
The concept behind it is the people that are typically millionaires aren't the person driving the Tesla or the really fancy car. Those are people with high incomes. The people with high net worth realize they don't need to impress other people. Other people they don't really even care about. It's the people that just over time invest, slowly put money away. It doesn't matter if it's real estate or the stock market or whatever. The beautiful thing about real estate for you all, there's a lot of financial planners, there's a lot up and down State Street, and I know a lot of them, that all they talk are stocks and mutual funds and stuff like that. That's because that's all they know. But the beautiful thing about real estate is leverage. You borrow money from somebody else and you put a little bit of your hard-earned money into something, and you let somebody else pay your mortgage, and you let it appreciate. I can't even offer that. And I make a living out of doing what I do. All right?
Yes. Going back to net worth here real quick, okay? So, stand up for me again, Matt. So I used to rent a home from Matt's grandpa, Grandpa Ross, right? Very special place in my heart. World War II vet. I mean, came back out of battle like an amazing man, okay? And Grandpa, he was my landlord, lived right by him right now. He was my neighbor, actually, too, so it worked out really well. And did Grandpa have, you don't have to say it, did he have a good net worth?
He had a really good network.
He had a really good net worth. Not a good net worth, he had a what?
Really good.
He had a really good. And Grandpa drove a mid-early 90s Chevy truck every day.
Two-wheel drive, because a four-wheel drive costs more.
Yes. And when I would meet with and hang out with Grandpa Ross, he had soup stains on his shirt from lunch, and just, you would never ever know that he had a really good what?
Network.
Yes, you would never know it.
Does everybody know where the Albertsons is down by 116th and Old 99 there?
Yes.
That was our baseball field growing up until they sold it to Albertsons. Until the day they died, they lived in a double wide mobile.
Yes.
My dad had to buy him a TV that they didn't have to sit 5 feet away from, so I could actually move the couch back to the wall.
Yes. Okay? Serious, right? It's all perspective on how you want to live your life. Okay, here we go. So, there's 4 things you can do with your money. Who wants to shout out the very first one? Hold it.
Hold it.
You can hold it. Yes. Okay? What's another thing you can do with it?
Invest it.
You can invest it, yes, which is what we're going to be talking about. What's another one you can do?
Donate it.
Donate it. I highly suggest to do that too as well. There's a lot of people who are in need. What's the 4th thing you can do with it?
Spend
Yeah,
it.
Anton's really good about that 20 years ago. Just go ahead and talk to Anton, whatever he needs to do. Luke raised his hand too. If you need to spend some money, follow Luke around. He can help you out. Okay?
So,
Yes.
so out of these 4, where are you spending the majority of your money?
Spend it.
There's an honest person right there.
No, that was very honest. No, I appreciate that.
Yes.
Okay, in order to get free, what do we need to do?
Delete the Amazon app.
The Amazon app, yes.
Truth.
You have to get to where you are investing more than you are spending. Most of us need to flip-flop our financial attitude and our method of doing it. Most of us are investing 5-10% and spending 90%. What would it look like if you were investing 90 and spending 10? Tell me I can't do that today. Someone say it, please.
You
I can't do that.
I can't do that. I don't have enough money. Say it.
I can't do that.
I don't have enough money.
So, what if we start a plan where you get used to saving the 10, and then in 2022 we get to 15 or 20? See, what I want you to be thinking about from a really high level is we all want to get to the, oh, I'm investing 90, but you got to start somewhere. So if you haven't started, we're starting at 5%, we're starting at 10%. You need to pick a number and just start. This is about starting, okay? Or if you've already started, this is just about simply improving where we're at.
Jason Germick, 3 questions. What's the very first question there, my friend?
Where do you want to go? Freedom.
Yes. Hashtag freedom number. Anton, speak on what freedom number means.
So, how much are your base living expenses every month? 5K? 10K? We don't need to raise hands. Just think. 5K? 10K? 20K? 30K? If it's 30, we have a problem. But it's somewhere in that range, yes or yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So if I have, my expenses are 10K a month, and I have 11K in passive income coming in, am I free, yes or yes? You're in, yes, you are.
Yeah.
You are starting to cover all of your base living expenses. You are getting free. You may not be able to do a ton, but you're getting free. So the idea here is my freedom number is I want you to be thinking about what are my base living expenses? And then how through real estate, stock market, bonds, mutual, I don't care. But how can I generate that on a consistent basis so I start to get free? Okay? That's our freedom number.
Yes. Good job. Okay. Who wants to read number 2? Number 2 on here.
Where are you today?
Yes. Where are you today? Okay.
And then each one of you may have just judged yourself. And we always judge ourselves. Hey, Lance, are we nice to ourselves? Are we mean to ourselves?
I'm usually nice.
Well, you've been working on it.
Yeah. I'm a work in progress.
Okay. So what happens though is when we start to go, where are we today? We start to judge ourselves. This is a judgment-free zone.
Yes.
I don't care if I'm $5 million in debt. Today we're starting. Today we're moving forward.
We need to know where you're at. That's
Yes.
Matt, one of the first things, where are we at? What do we got? You know, what's happening? When we go meet with the seller, do we just say, here, sign here, I'll put it on the market tomorrow? Is that how we do it? No. We might want to ask him some questions. We might want to, oh, this guy does. Yeah, he does. Okay, perfect, yes. Okay. We might want to ask some questions. Say, where are they going? How long they've been thinking about this? What's happening? What's changing? Do the same things, right? So we got to ask ourselves those same questions. Okay? Kelly, what's number 3 say?
How long do you have to get there?
Yes, okay? So once again, let's reverse those, all 3 of them. This is going to be some homework. At the end of this, believe it or not, you're going to have homework. Anton, you're going to have homework.
I know.
It's probably been a long
They're
time.
good students though.
Yes,
They're going to
yes.
go do their
It's
homework.
probably been a long time since you've had homework. Okay, so the 3 questions are, where do you want to go? You need to find out your freedom number. Maybe it's 5,000, maybe it's 50,000. It doesn't really matter. Does it matter to us, Anton? No. It's where you want to be for you to literally walk away from your job or your career. If you had X amount of dollars coming in every single month, that is called your freedom what?
Number.
Yes. Does everybody want to get there one day?
Yes.
Yeah. How about sooner than later?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. Me, perfect. Awesome. Okay.
Real quick.
Yes.
I need another volunteer. Raise your hand, please. Tell me how a GPS works. What's your name?
My name's Otto.
Elliot, Matt.
Nice to meet you.
How does a GPS work?
I think the GPS starts with like a home device that sends a signal out to a satellite, which uses ping back and forth thing as it.
Simpler. Simpler. You're way smarter than I am. Tell me how it works.
Tell us where it's at.
Grab your phone. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna turn on my GPS and it's gonna let the satellite track me.
Yep. And it's gonna figure out where you're at, right?
Yep.
And you're gonna plug in what?
An address.
Which is where you're going.
Correct.
And it's gonna tell you directions. How long to get there? Right?
Our GPS.
Basic thing that we all use every day. I've got to be in a meeting in downtown Kirkland at 12:30. It's going to take me 34 minutes to get there. I know exactly when I need to leave here because it tells me all the important stuff, right? We know about that basic concept. Exercise it in your own life. Take a little bit of time, write this stuff down, work on your, I'm gonna get too far ahead, but work on your net worth spreadsheet, work on your expenses. That's gonna give you the formula. It allows you the ability to say, where am I today? If somebody's gonna come to your house for a Christmas party and you give them some directions and they get lost, you go, hey, I'm lost. You're gonna go, where are you? Oh, I'm over at the corner at so-and-so and such, right?
Yeah.
And you give them directions on how to get there. Where are you at? Where are you going? They'll tell you how long it's going to take to get there. Basic concepts in life that we've got to exercise in our real life, our business life.
Something I came to realize is this is one thing that people don't like to talk about. And this is one thing that, have you ever met anybody who procrastinates? Raise your hand if that's you. I've done that before. I'm working on it. Gary says, we know Gary's success, so I'm constantly working on myself. No more procrastination, right? Okay? And I have been doing better at that over the last couple of years, and I am seeing some gains on that. What do you know, man? It's working. Okay, so those are the 3 questions. That's part of your homework you got to ask yourselves, okay? And you got to be truthful and you got to be honest with yourself. If you're not honest, is it going to work out, Anton?
No, because you'll never figure out your financial GPS.
Yes.
Where am I at? What are the directions to get to my final destination, aka my freedom number?
Yes. Yes. Okay, so here's your homework. Find out your freedom number. Okay, here we go. Everybody turn to the next page, please. This right here is an example of what? Who can share with me what it is?
Net worth.
A net worth. Now, I had never done one of these until my coach told me to do one about 3 years ago. And guess what? Talk about consistency. I noticed a big change from 2019 to 2021 in a positive way, I should say, by the way. Okay? So, a net worth. This is an example. What's her name?
Sally.
Yeah, everybody met Sally? She's wonderful. Okay? I've sold lots of real estate to Sally Sue. Okay? Here's an example. I'm just going to go through this pretty quickly here, okay? Hi, Amy. Everybody get up for Amy Wagner. Our district. Yes. Okay? All right. Sally owns a home. How much is that home worth?
$420,000.
$420,000. That's a good number, by the way. Okay. And her vehicle, she owns a vehicle. What's the value of her vehicle?
40,000.
40,000. Anybody else here besides Nate? Okay. She has some furniture that equal about how much value?
3,000.
3,000. She got some electronics. She got a TV, DVD player. How much is that worth? $2,000. Go down. How much has she got in her checking account?
25.
There we go. She's got a little bit of savings too as well. How much is in there?
60,000.
Okay. And she's got some money with Matt and Ross Financial. How much?
10,000.
There you go. And she's got a little bit of money in her purse. How much she got there? There you go.
Some
And she,
walking around money.
yeah, we like that. It's okay. One of them feels good sometimes when you got about between $500 to $700 in your pocket, and you're just like, yeah. Now, it doesn't mean you have to spend it, but I tell you, you walk around a little bit different. I do. Gives me confidence. Yeah. Okay. And they got another account with Mr. Matt Ross here. How much is in that account? Yes, and then they also have a rental property, and that home is worth approximately how much? A little condo in Everett. How much is that worth? $250. Okay, so now that is Sally Sue's information. Does that make sense?
That's her assets.
There you go. Thank you. Yes. Is there any confusion or questions on that part of it?
Assets are the value today.
Yes.
And guess what? If you don't know, just guess.
Yeah.
This is about simply establishing a baseline. It doesn't matter if it's perfect.
Okay. Now we go over to the other page where Anton, the other half of the sheet, which are called your what? Liabilities. Okay. Now she has a mortgage loan on her house for how much?
Can I say this another way?
Yes.
Liabilities. Debt.
There you go. There you go.
Okay? Perfect. Very simple.
Easy. Okay. Assets versus liabilities. How much does she owe on her house? Okay. There you go. And she's got a car loan of how much?
15.
And she's got some credit card here. Yep, and she also has her rental property that she owes how much on? Okay, so now you go down and it says total liabilities, which is another word of your total what?
Debt.
Total debt is how much?
344,000.
344,000. Okay, and now you go to the total assets there, which is the left column, which is how much? There you go, $1,111,000. And her total liabilities again is how much? 344, which brings us a net worth of how much? 767.
Which is the asset, what it's worth, minus the debt equals your net worth. Just to say this really simple.
Yes.
Okay. So Sally Sue is worth $750,000.
There you go. Not a girl, Sally. No, not a girl, Sally. Yes. 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 Sally's doing not bad for herself.
Sally,
Now,
that girl.
we do not.
Thinking that.
Yes. Now, here's the thing we need to ask ourselves. If Sally is 75, is she doing pretty good, Matt?
She could have done a lot better.
Okay. Yes. If Sally is 32, is she doing good?
Doing well.
Yes. There you go. See, remember on the first page, right? We need to know where we're at, and then also we need to know how long do we want? How long do we have to get there? Okay. So if Sally Sue's 32, she's still got a lot of time to grow here. Yeah.
So if I'm 55 and I want to retire by 65 in 10 years, and I haven't started on this, I have to create a more aggressive plan. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Now.
No, and we say that, but this is real life, people.
Yes.
There are many things that could have happened. Medical bills, family issues, death of loved ones, divorce, blah, 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 blah. So the younger you are, the more flexible you can be with the plan. The older you are, the more strict you're going to have to get with this in order to get somewhere. Okay? Time helps. But if I got a short amount of time, I got to get really specific and really dialed in about what I want and when I want it done by.
Okay. Perfect.
The other math that you can do, Phil, right? So remember, Phil and I were talking about the rule of 72. Another way that you can look at this is you can say, if I don't add any more to my net worth, the way that we can, in practical application, use that rule of 72, is if this $767,000 net worth grows by 7%, okay, all your assets increase by 7%, 10 years before that doubles. And if Sally Sue's 32, 42, it's 1.5, 52, it's 3, 62, it's 6 million. That's how you use that rule of 72 for this.
Excellent example. Okay, did everyone follow that? That was golden nuggets right there. Okay?
Any questions before we change the page on this? Does everybody understand this? Okay? It's a very simple, easy process, okay? Now, it doesn't matter what this number is. I don't care if it's negative $1 million or plus $1 million. It's for you to know where are you at today. Yes. Okay? All right. Let's move to the, okay, now, that was an example. The next page is for you to do and for you to fill out for yourself. Okay?
Okay, so hold on. When do we want this done by?
One man in action.
Okay, so
Very soon.
Do you want us to
Like-
text you when we're done, Anton?
Yeah. How will I know it's done?
yeah.
Dude,
Correct.
that's these two you're talking to.
Yes.
They will follow up.
So, literally, you need to do it within the next 48 hours. Because otherwise, it's going to go in your car, it's going to go in the back seat, and then you're going to go to a listing appointment, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you get Christmas, and then you can't find it, and you just don't do it.
So let's get this done by Friday. Okay, at 5 p.m. Because then over the holidays, when you have a few moments off, then you can actually take some time to think about this. Okay? Because the first thing you have to do is figure out where you're at. Then you got to take time to think, to create a plan. And then we got to go, okay, now how do I put some action steps behind that plan? How long will it take you to fill this out?
An hour.
Yeah, max an hour. You can literally open your bank accounts, your E-Trade accounts, you can open up your BDCU, figure out your car payment, all that stuff, write it down. You should be able to come up with quick approximate values for your assets, and you should be able to calculate a net worth. Yes, sir?
I was just going to say that the first time that I raised my hand because I had spent a lot of money when I first got into real estate as well. I was like, shit, 80 grand. I was like, let's freaking roll, dude.
I understand how you feel, brother.
And then at the end of the year, you're like, damn, 8 grand. That's how you got nothing in there. I'm like, I thought I paid more. But I'm sure we've all probably been there too. But the first time that I did this, I was like, $325 a month on coffee? I was like, what? And so it seriously does take like 30 minutes to do this, but it is mind-blowing and it is kind of scary to see how much money that you actually waste and how much of that money could be going into like just investing. Because rather than spending $325 a month on coffee, like you could just be putting it into like your Roth IRA or into something else that's actually generating you money.
You can afford to buy yourself a brand new Keurig,
Yeah.
all the flavors you want, and still have a bunch of money left over.
Yeah. Well, now also he's engaged, so he's not going to all the baristas for all the time. Oh, hey.
Let's go.
Okay, the next, so you got your own example. Get that done by when?
Friday.
At what time?
Friday.
And then text Anton that you did it. The next page here is, what do we call this? It's called a what? Monthly budget. What? So, why is this important? Matt, Anton, why is this important?
I know where your money's going.
There you go. Yes. Who right now does a monthly budget? Great job. Okay. Who kind of has a little bit of an idea of kind of where they're at with that? That'd be me. Okay. All right. And who just actually don't know nothing about nothing? There you go. Yes, Mom. Yes. A main man, Armand, right there. Attaboy. Yes. Okay. No, that's good.
That's why I'm here today.
Yes. Attaboy. Give it for Armand being here for this. Yes. Hey, if we can change one person's life, it's going to be Armand. Okay? Okay, so it's super important to just know. Now, does this mean you have to walk around, with your butt clenched, you can't spend no money on nothing? No. Okay? It does not mean that, all right? However, though, it means, hey, did you really need to spend $300 on X or X? Or hey, you know what? If you get a coffee a day like Luke going around picking up all these girls, eventually that's going to add up to a bunch of money, right? With no dates. That's no fun. Okay? So be careful on where you spend your money, but just be smart about it. That's all this is about here. Okay? Don't blow it. Don't be dumb with it. Don't be foolish with it. Okay? Is that fair to say?
100%.
All right. Don't hoard it. Let's go to the next page here. Okay. Oh, we're getting into it. We got some meat and potatoes coming. Okay. Yes, what? Somebody, what? Huh?
So we didn't even start the ball.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so
Go back one page, sorry.
go back one page real quick. On this page.
Get excited.
The thought here is, what am I spending? You need to write down what am I saving now. Okay, let's get into this is meat and potatoes, this is action right here. Because if I can figure out what I'm spending, who could find $100 in their budget?
I can.
Okay, every hand should go up.
Yeah.
Let's try this again. Who can find $100 in their budget? Who can find 1,000?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not going to keep going after that. But 1,000, that's a lot of money. So if I'm finding that on a consistent basis and I'm saving that on a consistent basis, even if I just save that $1,000, that's $12,000. That $12,000 at the end of the year, I mean, that'd buy us a rental in Kentucky.
Or Detroit.
Or Detroit. Okay, it might only be 80 grand, but I can take one out. You can put it on the debit card. And we're laughing and we're jesting and we're making jokes about this. I'm actually dead serious. Okay? Because what would happen if every year you went and bought a $100,000 property in another market? That would start to add up really quick. Okay? Or you partner with some awesome person in the room and they have a larger project and they're doing a apartment building over here and they just need some investors. You throw your 10, 20 grand into that.
Yeah, you just plug it in.
That's the greatest plug ever.
I might have a few of those projects.
Matt, would $1,000 a month do some serious improvements and damage to somebody's net worth over time?
Oh, of course, absolutely.
Yeah.
But again, to beat the dead horse, start early enough, it makes a bigger impact.
Yeah. Start now.
Now.
Okay.
Okay, now to the next page.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. So this here is just kind of a rule of thumb here that I was able to get some information on and then go. So Armand, will you please read the very first thing we got underneath? What's your plan? 80% what?
of people, when they get to retirement, rely on the government or family to take care of them.
How many percent? 80.
And it's set up that way strategically. Let's not lie.
So you're okay. Yes.
I just added to it.
Yes. Okay. There you go. Right. So who wants to make sure the government takes care of them, or move in with your kids, or have your kids move with you when you want to retire? Raise your hand. That's you. Not everybody the same. Okay. Follow me on that. Okay. Jason, please read the next one.
15% have retirement accounts, house paid off, maybe some stocks, bonds, or real estate.
There you go. I'm gonna give a plug right here. So maybe you know or don't know my friend Jason Germick. We've been friends since elementary school. Jason was 12 years in doing what Mr. Matt Ross here does before he got into real estate. So I take a lot of pride and mentorship into everything Jason always tells me. We have a lot of great conversations. And Jason, when he was doing that, I was in real estate. He was doing that. He didn't really like it too much. And I'm like running around the hair and fire, having a lot of fun. So he's like, man, let me try that out. And a lot of his clients, correct me if I'm wrong, Jay, you would sit down with people and their portfolios had a lot of what in it?
Real estate.
Yes.
The wealthiest people that I met with, top tier, you could see a theme of real estate holdings and wealth generated through real estate.
There you go.
That's exactly what we talked about the other night.
Yes.
Between owning businesses, and what do we do in this room? We sell real estate, or we own
Real estate
companies, right?
Yes.
And own real estate. So
Yes.
businesses are real estate.
And a lot of those business owners own the real estate and their business is rented from their real estate.
Okay, you guys dropping some nuggets right here. Hope you got your baseball glove because you better be scooping this stuff up. Okay? Good job. Thank you very much, Jason. Please use Jason as a person in the office here to go to. Okay, Bryce, next one. What's the next one?
5% generational wealth.
Generational wealth. Anton, I'm gonna go with Matt here. What's generational wealth? Matt?
It's wealth that goes beyond you.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Money that doesn't end up in the grave with you.
There you go.
Gets passed on to
Yes.
the next set of heirs.
Yes, and that is super important to me. I got two boys, they're 7 and 9 now, and God knows what the future is going to look like in another 20 or 30 years. So I'm working right now to help, nobody's going to give them everything. No, they already work for it right now already. And though we got to help set them up, right? That's just me. That's what I want to live. Maybe people don't want to, but that's fine. Okay. So I'm going to use these strategies here. And actually, before I move forward with this, can you think of people who live in the 80, who live in the 15, and who live in the 5? Just people that you know. Maybe your parents, maybe people you know, old bosses, friends, neighbors, whatever it is. Now, who determines where you end up?
You do.
We do.
Yes, I'm gonna ask it one more time. Who determines where you end up?
Me.
I do.
Yes, yes, 100%, okay? So that's exactly what we're gonna be talking about today. So, Anton wanted to share this right here. Go ahead with that.
We're going to talk about different business strategies with your money. So Lance, grab your little magic marker here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on this side, I'm gonna work my way.
Okay, perfect,
Okay.
perfect.
That's what I'm gonna do.
So 80% of the agents, when you get a check,
Yours is probably blank, right? Yeah, I did that on purpose. Anybody
So-
need a pen?
so in that first box, write the word check.
There you go. Yep.
Okay, right here at the top, check. AKA a commission check.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so a lot of people, that goes right into your personal account.
Business.
Oh, hold on, we'll get there.
Oh, sorry.
Lance, we're
We
missing
gotta
the
start at
page.
the bottom.
Huh?
Lance, we're missing that page that he's talking about.
Are you serious?
Oh, no, never mind. We're good.
We good?
It looks there. It does.
Okay.
Yeah.
We good? Are we good?
Yeah.
Whose is filled out? Yeah, mine's filled out. Yours isn't. Everybody good? We good? We're good. Thumbs up. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now, this is what happens. A lot of people, right? They get a check, they get a pros account, and then where's Luke? Look! Luke got his check, and then he went out and started doing what?
Balling.
Ah, he's just spending it, man. He's just blowing it. Getting a new car, new wheels, going out, mochas, having a good
New
time.
suit.
Going to the what?
New suit.
Yeah, oh yeah, man.
He's the best dressed.
It's a real estate now.
Let's spend that bad boy. Okay, yes, yeah. Okay, all right. So, and here, you want to know what? Here, let's, Anton and I, we're all being honest here, and Matt, okay, and Luke. Appreciate you being honest, Luke, and Armand. When I first got my couple checks, I cashed them. Now, 2006, okay, commission checks were like they were today, and the company there took a lot more money than they did here, okay? So, but I cashed it, put about $5,600 in my pocket. I was walking around with a little bit of confidence, okay? You know what I mean? Okay? But here, guess what started to happen? Yeah, I just started spending it, but I felt good,
Yeah.
and I looked good,
Yep.
and I was happy, and I was right, and people wanted to look good and be right.
Yes.
That was me. Okay, but now we got to make some changes. Okay, so when you get a check, you start spending it. And so let me ask you this, both Anton, Matt. When you work here, should we get to a point where maybe Cousin Eddie or your friend's uncle's sister's friend is doing your taxes? Should we maybe get away from that? See, they're both silent. Okay, here's the reason I say that. Is because does everybody know somebody of a friend of this person that can do your taxes?
Yes.
And you know what? They do a good job. They don't charge you very much. They do it for free on the side. Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you think they're really helping you? No. Are they a professional? Are they a professional in what they do? They're probably an amateur. Okay. I don't know about you, but I want to be around professionals. Yes or yes? Okay.
Because we're talking here about not only what am I doing with my money, how much am I keeping?
Mm-hmm.
And so as we start to turn this into a business, where, like Armand mentioned, it does go into the business account, how much am I going to keep at the end of the day? I absolutely need to get rid of Cousin Eddie that shows up in his beautiful Winnebago for
That's
Christmas. Right. And I need to find a professional, because my professional should not just be doing my books or my taxes. I should be meeting with them on a regular basis to talk about, I'm doing my next Airbnb, how should I structure this? What specifically can I write off? What can I fully depreciate this year? What can I take as an expense right now? And you need to be looking at your income and your expenses and strategically pushing those through, sometimes on a quarter-by-quarter basis, in order to maximize your returns at the end of the year. Cousin Eddie's not going to answer that question correctly.
Yes.
So it may have only cost you $200 to have Cousin Eddie do your taxes, but you may have lost $20,000 in tax write-offs. Look at all these boxes.
Yes. Okay. So now here's what we're gonna do, right? So now flip to the next page, please. So this here is just an example. I'm going to say about 80% of agents do, and 80% kind of population too, okay? We're going to change it up right now, okay? Now, Matt, can this work for also people outside of real estate industry?
Yeah.
Yes, 100%, okay? So now is what we're going to talk about, okay? We're going to do the same thing. We're going to get a check. Actually, you know what? I'm going to add an S. We're getting checks. Who wants to get checks?
Yes.
Or a check.
Checks.
Checks. Bryce, you got checks? Yes, yes, yes. Tyler, you got checks?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, so we get checks. We're going to open up a what? Business account, okay? And this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off of this, and Matt, give me, so we got like LLCs, right? Okay, what's another example?
S corp, C corp.
Yeah. We got an S corp. We got a C corp. Okay, those are all examples. I am an S corp. Why? I have no idea. That's what my attorney and my accountant said I need to do. So I said, okay, we're drafted up. Where do I sign? Let me give you another insight. Okay, is not too long ago I took Matt and my accountant out to lunch together. Do you think it's important that they meet each other?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, Anton said yes. Let me ask a question. Do you think it's important you have the people in your life meet each other?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
If they touch your money, they should all be friends.
Yes, exactly. Now, who lined that up? Did I rely on Matt to line that up for us?
You don't.
No, I did. I want them to know each other and meet each other so that when I'm giving money to Matt and then he's doing my taxes, we're all intertwined. And we have a three-way email going on and we communicate regularly. Thank you very much for that, by the way, Matt, in case I haven't told you that. Okay? So, you got to determine. Talk to the accountant, talk to
Your attorney?
the attorney.
Yes.
Yes.
Your financial planner?
There you go.
All the above.
Yes, and you need to determine which one of these are you going to do. Now, they all have different reasons. I don't know what they are, okay? I was told to do something, so that's what I did. I just follow orders, okay? You get a business account, and now we got to save money for what, Luke?
Coffee.
Taxes. Okay? We got to save money for what?
Taxes.
Yes, okay? So we want to make sure then that you actually have a tax account, okay? And Matt, what's a good number to be able to put away into that?
Again, talk to your CPA, but 15 to 20% is a good number to start.
There you go. So let's go on the high side. Let's just say 25. Would you rather have more money in a tax account or less money?
More.
Yeah. Hang on, Luke, say that again.
More. I take 30%.
Yes, okay. Tax account. Now, also is what comes out of here, Anton, is what?
My business expenses.
Yes, okay. So now that your Northwest MLS, okay, your sign guy, your photos, your marketing, your office bill, your key card, all of these things that have to do with your business are expenses, and you pay them out of your business account.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, and then you also have then here what is called a what? Personal account, home account. Either way, okay? And then, from there then, you transfer money into your home account to pay your PUD, your gas bill, your mortgage, your car insurance, your cell phone, all these different types of things.
And
Okay.
personal recommendation is you W-2 yourself so that after 2 years you become very lendable. Try and keep this as consistent as possible by controlling these expenses. This right here is important. If you're an entity, W-2 yourself and keep this number consistent. It's better, so let's just say you're gonna bring in $150,000 in commissions in the year. You push this into here, some of the expenses come out, and then you pay yourself $5,000 a month, okay? That more consistent W-2 income, because we're all 1099 earners, will help you to be able to get more assets.
Okay, so real quick, yes, hang on, hold that thought real quick. Matt, will you stand up for me, please? Matt said he's got to be in Kirkland at 34 minutes, and his GPS told him that. I want everybody to give my friend Matt a round of applause. You can't stick around for the rest. Is there anything else you'd like to, I mean, I know you could probably go on for another hour or something. Is there anything you'd like to just kind of leave with or say or mention?
Take them seriously when they say do this by Friday. Even if it is just off of this and just scratch it in on this page. You know, you can make copies of this, and you can do your budget every single month, which is something that you should definitely do. You should get an Excel spreadsheet and work on this, because like you said, nobody else is going to do it for you. So work on it, because you'll thank yourself. Your future self will thank you.
There you go. Awesome. I love it. Thank you, Matt. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming down. Yeah. Awesome. Once again, Matt, thank you, buddy. Yes, appreciate it. Yes.
So what are the 5%?
Yeah, real quick. Hang on. Go ahead. You had something you were going to say or ask.
So let's say we started off as like a 1099 business employee or whatever,
Yep.
and or self-employed, and then you switch over like a year later to paying yourself as a W-2 employee out of your business account. Now, does that clock for like an industry change restart, or does
Sort
it
of.
keep going?
You have to chat with your lender to figure out your exact situation, but the sooner you can W-2 yourself, the better.
By doing these things, you're going to pay a lot less taxes. I promise you that. That's, at the end of the day, I do know that. Okay? From what my attorney and my people had told me to do, I do know that for sure.
Less taxes.
Yes.
And you are also way less likely to be audited. As a
Yes.
sole proprietor, you are extremely high risk of audit.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So what a 5% is?
Yes. Who's curious on what factors are good?
I am.
Okay, yeah, all right, Chad is that
Thanks,
boy.
Chad.
Yeah. Chad, Jet and Black. Give it up for my friend Chad at Jet and Black too as well, okay? Anybody ever needs any appliances, he's my guy right here. Okay, make sure you give him a phone call. What location are you at right now? Everett Mall Lake. Go find him. Okay, I gotta make some room for here. Are we ready for the next 5%ers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So, follow me here, we get a what?
Check.
Which one?
Top right.
We're on the bottom here now, right?
Checks is right
We're on
here.
the 5%. Follow me here. Oh, yeah. Top right. Thank you. I didn't even know what we were saying. Okay.
Straight under that.
Okay. We get our checks. Okay. So my checks here at the company are written to Otto Enterprises. Okay. I'm creating an enterprise, right? It's just me, but hey, it's an enterprise. Okay. Okay. All right. It could be anything. It could whatever you want it to be. BadassRealEstate.com, whatever it is, okay? LLC, okay? Whatever your last name is, Realty, anything, whatever you want, that's what it can be, okay? All right, so we got the same scenario. We got a tax account, okay? And then below it, what do we have again? We got what?
Business expenses.
Okay, and then I'm going to go over here like this. I'm just going to do a circle here. And this is where we have our home account. Okay. I'm always honest with everybody. And I want to tell you that this model that I'm teaching you and sharing with you is damn near to a T of what my wife and I do. Okay? Let me rephrase. It's what Kelsey does. Okay? And she's very good at it. She came from the banking industry. So man, sometimes I'm like, honey, can I just get like $5 to go buy something? You know, just kind of stickler, but that's okay. That's all right. Yeah, exactly. She says, no, I can't go to Costco with her. You know, because I go down every aisle. Next thing you know, I got a full car. You know. Anyways, whatever, right? It's a whole different. But hey, you know what? We're all married and we all love it, okay? Or if you're not, you will eventually. You'll understand what I'm talking about. All right. So we got a home account. So we get checks that come into the business account. Otto Enterprises. As an example, we put money away to our tax account. Now, I like to do 30%. That's what Luke said. I do it just to be clear. And actually, let's be real here. Do you pay quarterlies now, Anton?
No.
Okay, so that's an honest man right there, okay? So I used to not. And I'd get all the way to the end of the year, do my taxes. What? I owe how much? I got how much in my, well, I got like $5 grand left.
Yeah.
That's how I would determine if I was a successful year of real estate. Luke, can you relate?
Oh yeah.
Yes, okay.
Well,
So-
hold on. I should clarify. My businesses pay.
Yes.
I don't pay personally until
Yes.
the next year. And here's why. Your penalty is 6%.
Okay.
So if I can make 8 to 10, I'm just going to make the money, and I take that money and I keep it on the top. It is separate, but I keep it rolling, keep it rolling, and I go, okay, now I got to pay the tax.
There you go.
Little asterisk on that one.
Listen to this guy here, okay? He's going to teach class how to do that next, okay? So, put the money away, okay? And then I pay quarterly taxes now, okay? So the end of the year is not this huge, like, dollar figure. I'm okay with a little bit every year. All right, so tax account, business expenses, we already know what all the business expenses are, and then it goes into your home account. Now, from your home account, okay, so I'm going to go up here to this box right here that's like this. And this is where you pay then your home expenses. Okay? Give me an example. What are your home expenses?
Mortgage, utilities.
Yes. Utilities. Yes. Food. Yes.
Sewer, water.
Yes. All those things.
And this is all of them. And this is also, remember, our freedom number. Okay?
There you go.
Our freedom number.
Yes. Is in the home expenses. Okay? Now, I'm not saying you have to have a separate account for the home expenses, but it goes into your home account, and then you pay your home expenses out of that. Okay? I'm gonna do one more square like this, okay? And Anton, what am I gonna call this?
Cash.
Cash account. And what does the cash account go for?
Jared. Yes. Just be honest here,
Cash
right?
account. No, hold on. Let's be specific. After that,
It's getting a little hot in here. I'm gonna open up the window a little bit.
You wanna write, do we write that down? Where do we write that down? What box?
your cash account is 6 months of reserves.
There you go.
Okay, so you can weather any storm. Is there a time when checks don't show up and maybe only a check does?
Yeah.
But you wanted checks? Or actually you had checks coming and then they didn't all close? Anyone feel me on this one?
Yeah.
Am I the only one?
Yep, yeah.
Okay. Our 6 months worth of reserves help us to create a stress-free environment for ourselves and our family. Okay? And the 6 months is 6 months of this home living expenses. Okay?
Yes.
And home living expenses, everything. This is your Starbucks. This is, your daughter's gymnastics, your car payments, everything.
Yes. Let's go back to March of 2020, when all of a sudden a lot of things slowed down for people. Literally, everything kind of slowed down there for a short little bit, right? Was there a lot of people, though, who were maybe tripping out?
Yeah.
When I say tripping out, because they didn't have no money in the bank. And
Hold on. I was tripping. I had money in the bank.
Well, what about the sky was falling?
All right, okay? So, that is where this comes into play, okay? You know what this is to me? This is peace of mind.
Yeah.
It truly is.
Safety.
So, yes. Peace of mind, safety, whatever you want to call it, to where no matter what, like, hey, I'm okay, in case, like, all hell breaks loose. Like, I know I'm okay for a good couple, 4, 5, 6 months. 12 months would even be better. Would you agree on that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, now we move on to now I'm going to kind of give just some examples, okay? This one right here, I wrote down a 529 kids college. Okay? The reason I wrote that in there is because I have that going. And I actually just changed it because I do not like where things are going with everything, so I cut that off and now it's going into their own little separate account. Yes, because I might not want them to go to college these days. That's just my own personal opinion. Okay? So, 529 college account, and that's also tax-free, too. Okay? So you can put money into that every single month, or whatever you want to do. Okay? Anton, what's another one?
Retirement.
Yes.
There you go.
So your IRAs, your SEPs.
Yes.
Do index funds count as that too, or
What's that?
do index funds?
He's going to put another one.
No. Yep. So IRA, retirement. So I max mine out every single year. Okay? I think I can only put 12,500 or something in that. Matt's my guy. He knows what I gotta do. So every single month, money goes into that account. Okay?
Okay, so hold on, I want to add one thing to this. So with your retirement accounts, are all of us technically self-employed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So you can do SEPs, which are larger retirement accounts that allow you to make larger deposits into them. Please talk to your accountant or financial advisor in regards to this. We don't have time to get into that one today. I like the Roth one that's tax-free at the end.
Yes. That's the one that I do. Yes.
Okay.
Okay? So every single month then, you want to have money go into your home account, but then the best way to do it is to have it automatically come out. Okay? So I have it set up with Ross's office. Every single month, X amount of dollars comes out of this account. Okay, so follow the money here. Follow the money. Money comes in, we close the house. Okay, remember, we're already past this. We're not telling you how to do that. We close the house, we make money, we give the check, it goes into your business account. From there, then it goes into the home account, and you pay stuff. And then I have, every single month, money comes from this out of that account. So my wife does make sure that she transfers money to this account.
Okay, next one.
Yes, okay?
Stocks, 401k, mutual funds, bonds, whatever you want to, the stock market. Okay? We separated your retirement account from the stock market in general,
Yes.
just because they are slightly different vehicles. Okay? Next, real estate.
That should be a thing. Who wants to own more real estate? Wow, look at that stance. That makes me very happy.
Amen, brother man.
Yes.
Why are we talking about this? We want you to own real estate. We want you to get free. We want you to make a ton of money. But even if you make a ton of money, you still got to keep some of it. Okay?
Yes. 100%.
Other businesses.
Yes.
Okay? There's one that we didn't add on here too. Life insurance. Okay? As your money comes in, and your business eats, 60% of it, whatever the number is, okay? The MRA model says about 41% should pop out. Comes over here to pay our expenses, and as we're paying our expenses, we're automatically investing in different areas. I'm setting money aside for real estate. I'm setting money aside to launch my Blackstone barbecue at home grilling lessons business that you would do. I'm setting money aside for my kids' college. Okay? I think life insurance, I think this is almost a must. You should be protecting your family. When you write up the amount that it shows in debt on there, and I'm going to just make a number up. Let's say there's $1 million in debt. You need $1 million in life insurance to clear all that debt. And I'd recommend it for both heads of the household. Okay? Whole life term, all that stuff, figure out what's best for you. I just like life insurance in general. Okay? Because I can use my life insurance as another tax-free growth vehicle in addition to this. Okay? I can loan money out of this if it's a variable universal or a whole lifestyle policy.
Buy-term investment.
What?
Buy-term investment.
For everyone, there's this. We just had a philosophical difference, point of view, which is totally fine. I want you to do whatever it is you're going to do and just do it. And do it religiously. Yes. So, for example, has anyone ever gotten a profit share check?
Yes.
My profit share checks. Yeah, and even the train driver got a profit share check. He's been recruited. My profit share checks, instead of going into the business account, auto deposit into my E-Trade account, and then the next week I go buy S&P 500 no load index fund. So I take money that was completely free and I immediately invest it to create a return on the money in a completely passive style investment that's earned a really decent return over a long period of time. Simple. Just do it. Yes.
Here's what I want to get at right here. Okay? So putting in the college 529, guess what that does? That creates and makes you more money. Because it's also tax-free and it's also building and growing. You put money in your IRA account, in any type of traditional retirement account, does that grow and make money?
Yeah.
Yes. You put money in stocks and bonds, whatever you do it, does your money continue to grow and then make you more money?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So here's the thing, right? Is it a good spot to be in when you don't have to actually go somewhere to make money? Okay. So a couple of us would like to do that. Perfect. Okay. Yes. All right. And then go back into real estate too. Let me ask you this: does real estate go up?
Yes.
Does it also go down?
Yes.
Yes. But then does it go back up?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So,
it does.
So all of these, the thing to be thinking about when we're talking about investments, don't get in for the short term. Don't respond to the emotion of the market. So you mentioned March, COVID happened. What happened to the stock market? It fell off a cliff. How much did it drop? Was it 40%, 50%?
It was 48.
48? Just huge. Okay? So if you responded to the emotion, you sold on the way down and took some type of a loss, yes or yes. And then it hit the bottom. Where is it at right now?
About 20% over, so a growth of about 70% from where it was a year ago.
So If you didn't respond to that crazy emotional wave and you literally just stayed in the stock market and went right through the whole COVID thing, everything looks good on the other side. The same thing applies to real estate. In the largest recession since the Great Depression in 2007, my house went to 50% of its value that I purchased literally 6 months before that. I asked my wife if I could burn it down. She said no. She said we have to live somewhere.
Why do I believe that was a true conversation?
That was a true conversation. Babe, I got gas and matches. All of a sudden, it's worth 50%. And this is 2010. Okay? Oh, by 2017, I'm back to the same number. Oh, guess what? In 2021, it's worth more money again. All you had to do was not sell. So what you really want to be thinking about with all of these investments is this is not a short-term, get rich quick, I'm going to be buying and selling all day, every day. This is put your money in and walk away. Your soldiers, when you send them out to battle, they've got to be out on the battlefield so they can return the money. If we're constantly responding to the emotion of real estate or stock market or something of that, we pull the money out. And when you pull that money out, you generally lose. Okay, so if you go read Master the Game of Money by Tony Robbins, absolutely amazing book, Master the Game of Money, Tony Robbins. Tony did a great job of distilling a lot of this stuff down, and he went to the best people and just created a chapter on each version of these different types of vehicles, right? But what the whole book comes down to is just put it in and let it sit there. Has anyone purchased any cryptocurrency and then got a little emotional and lost some money? Or am I the only one?
Damn it, Dogecoin.
I know. I bought some Doge freaking 2 weeks ago because I was actually using it to buy something else. Why? To buy a crypto miner out of China. And then my cart got kicked out. And then Doge went down 30% like 3 days later. Holy Toledo, that stuff's just like beyond gas and matches. How do we protect ourselves against inflation? Are we in inflation right now, yes or yes?
Yes.
Is gas expensive?
Yes.
Is bread, milk, eggs expensive?
Yes.
It's ridiculous. Okay, so how do you protect yourself against inflation? You buy assets, real estate, stocks, gold, guns, metal bottom boats, things that could make booze. Okay, well that's a different story. But you can protect yourself by doing this. Okay, so as that inflation is pulling out our money, if we've got our money working for us, it's not as bad. And if we don't have money working for us today, that's okay. I want you to then make a change, okay? We're going to make a plan and figure out a way forward. What else are your thoughts here, Lance?
Man, you hit it on the head with over time. Is anything here like rocket science?
No.
Is anything here like out of the world, or maybe something you like? Is this any of your first time ever hearing something like this? More than likely not. The only difference is you just got to do it.
Yeah.
It's just like going to the gym and working out. How many of us would love to have a six-pack and be fit and just ripped all the time?
And still be able to eat.
Yeah, Ken, attaboy, you got an honest guy. Right? Yeah, and still eat whatever you want.
Yeah.
However, though, it doesn't happen if you don't go to the gym.
Yes.
Okay? Same scenario with this. We all want to be wealthy. That's what we're doing here. I have never had a desire to be rich. Okay? I want to be wealthy. Wealthy is peace of mind. Rich is you just make a lot of money, but then you spend it all. Okay? Make a lot of money, you spend it. I want to be wealthy, where you make the money and the money stays around.
Well, and wealthy to us means free.
There you go.
Okay? Wealthy equals free.
Yes.
And that's why we've talked about this freedom number. Okay? And not to talk over you, but I'm just tying in.
Yeah.
Wealthy means free. And
Yes.
free means different things to different people. You also need to define what success means to you. Okay? Your success should not be defined just based on monetary stuff.
No.
It should be defined on, hey, are you working out? Are you spending time with your family? Are you going to church? Are you eating healthy? You know, what's your mindset?
How's your marriage?
How's your marriage? Okay? How's the time that you get to spend with your kids? Is it in your calendar
Yes.
to spend time with them?
Yes.
Do you put that appointment off? Would you put that appointment off to go on a listing appointment?
Always.
We're getting deep now. We're getting
Always.
deep here. Ooh, okay, always.
Come on.
Let me know how that works out for you.
Let's not get carried away here, Lance.
Okay,
Come on.
okay, so here we go. We're gonna recap. We're
Yep,
gonna
100%.
be done here shortly, okay? So here's the thing, here's the reality. 80% of realtors kind of do this, or maybe just people in general. They get a check, goes to their personal account, they end up spending it, okay?
Yep.
This right here is what about 15% of the people do, okay? They get a check, right? You follow the process here, okay? And then Anton and I are talking about us being elite, us doing what everybody else isn't doing. And so in the long haul, it's going to benefit you, okay? Now, does it have to be thousands of dollars? No. I mean, $50, $100. Now, you didn't accept $150 a month, right?
Yes.
Matt was talking about $400 a month instead of having a car payment. You know, I was making 6 figures driving a Jeep Cherokee with 300,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
Right? Okay? So ask yourself, how much money can you put in these, whether it's $50, $100, or $1,000? That doesn't matter. It's a matter of doing it, what?
Consistently.
Yes. I was waiting for somebody to say that consistently. Okay? And we got one last. See how much he loves this? He's just getting let it go.
Yeah.
Yes.
This becomes your habit.
Yes.
This is your ritual.
Yes.
This is something it's like brushing your teeth.
Yes.
Every first Wednesday of the month at 5 p.m., I look at my finances and I decide what's going where. And I throw $100 there, and $100 there, and $100 there, and $100 there.
There you go.
However it may be, I'm trying to give a simple example, but what we want you guys to get to is where we're doing this just on a regular basis. Does that make sense?
Regular basis. Or what? Yes. And it can be done automatically. I have to have it done automatically, otherwise it ain't gonna happen. Okay? It's all done automatically. Okay? Let's move to the last page. We're gonna summary here. We're wrapping this thing up. Okay? Action items. Somebody say the very first act. Corey, what's the very first action item?
Network sheet.
Do your net worth sheet. When are we gonna do that by? What time? And then text who?
Anton.
Yes. Thank you. Okay?
I love all of you.
Yes. Lynn, what's the number 2?
The path of money.
Yes, the path of money. This here's the path of money. Okay, right here. So ask yourselves, how much can I contribute to this, and when? I don't care if it's $20 a month. We gotta get going on that. Okay?
Is that a typo?
That's a typo.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did I do?
But
Sounds like
hold on. Let me say it a different way. It's the path of money for the month.
There you go.
Yeah. I totally meant to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ken, make sure you're paying
Ken, what's
attention.
the last one, my friend?
Complete the freedom questions.
Yes, the freedom question is on page 1 at the bottom there. Okay. You gotta understand that. You gotta know where we're going. Yep, that's your GPS. Put that next to it. Good job. GPS. Okay? Here's what I want to do right now, okay? We're going to do that next. Here's the bonus. Oh, you do have the bonus. Okay, here's the bonus. The bonus is you need to look into life insurance.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you're married. Raise your hand if you have kids. That is the 100% reason why you need to look into life insurance. If you leave here today, and unfortunately, at some point, you're going to come to the throne, and you're going to be, and somebody else is going to decide for you which way you're going. Okay, that's just my belief. But it's going to happen, and you need to determine: do you want to take care of the people that have left behind, or do you want them to just defend for themselves? I have chosen to take care of everybody left behind. In case I leave today and I get hit by a bus, my family they're going to be taken care of. Let's just say that. And I pay, I don't even know, $350 a month, okay, for that, for like $4 million. So you should look into that for whatever you want to do for your family. I don't care if you want to leave them $50, $500,000, or $5 million. Everything has a price tag to it, okay? But here's what I know. My wife hasn't worked since she's 24 years old, okay? I'm not going to have her try and go in the workforce, put the kids, that'll damn near make me cry. That is not happening in my world, okay? So, wow.
No, it's awesome.
That was close.
Well, and just to add to that, have you set up your will?
There you go.
Have you set up your estate plan?
Yes.
And estate planning, what a mess. That goes so deep. Because what happens if
Yes.
both Anton and Sarah got hit by a bus at the same time?
Yes.
And then where did the kids go?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And then, so you have to you need to make a lot of these decisions right now. And then We recommend a book, Tax-Free Wealth. There's another one for you to look at. But always be thinking in all of these areas, not only how do I grow my money, how do I grow my money tax-free? In real estate, we can do a 10-31 exchange.
Yeah, baby.
And then IRA, we can go before or after taxes, depending on your structure. So there's all kinds of ways to grow money without paying a ton in taxes. Because the more that you pay in taxes, or the more you pay in fees, the less you get to keep on the table.
I want to cover something here on the will and the estate planning, okay? Because my wife and I did this about 3 years ago, okay? Let me tell you something. Not every conversation is an easy conversation.
100%.
Okay? Can people have different views on who's going to take care of your kids if you die today? Yes. And you know what? Do you want to have that conversation, or do you want to leave it up to the state to determine what happens to your kids? So, what's the book? Fierce Conversations. So you better learn to have a conversation with somebody and have come to an understanding about what's going to happen. With what's going to happen to your money, to your estate, to your homes, to your stuff, and what's going to happen to your kids. Who's going to be in charge of these things?
Yep.
Okay? And I don't have the same people in charge of my stuff. I get different people. And those people are people that I love and I trust who can do a very good job if something happens to me and my wife. And you need to have a conversation with that person too as well. I had to have 3 conversations with people saying, hey, this is what I'm doing, and I would be honored if this is something you can help me out with.
Yeah.
And they were all like astonished.
And let me add one thing to this. And with your will and estate planning stuff, once a year you need to revisit that.
Yes.
And the reason once a year is, do relationships change over time?
Yes, they do. And we've already made one change, actually.
Yeah, so relationships sometimes change over time, number one. Number two, in one of our estate planning documents, there is an attorney named as a second if someone can't make a decision and the attorney retired. Okay, well that person no longer even exists as an attorney. Okay, so that once a year review can start to catch these types of items.
Yes.
Okay,
Last
living, breathing documents.
Yes. Last thought on that is because my attorney, who's a past client actually, and he asked me if I had all this, and I said, man, you know what? No, I don't. And he said, Lance, the biggest battles that I have out there right now is when people don't have this stuff set up, and then the state determines what's going to happen to your money and your kids.
Yep.
Don't put yourself in that spot.
So, in closing, what did we learn today? What are your ahas?
Yep. I want to go around. We're gonna start this side of the room, Chad.
Perfect. I realized we were going to nail this one.
Give us your aha, Chad.
5%. 5%. That's the
Yes.
vision and the plan.
Okay, perfect. 5%. Give me your aha.
Start now.
Start now. Yes.
The business structuring.
Perfect.
So 5%.
Yes. Business structuring. Yes.
I mean, it's a little overwhelming, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yep. Okay. So overwhelming. Can anybody relate to Laura right now?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. You know what? I wanted to do that actually. Because I want to make us think. Are you thinking right now, Laura? Yeah, probably a little too much, right? But we got to do this. Is it okay to talk about this type of stuff?
Yes.
Where else are you going to hear this type of stuff?
Yes.
They didn't teach it me in school. I had to figure it out myself. Give me an aha.
Fund investments.
There you go.
Amen.
Yes, give me an aha.
I started this about 10 years ago.
Wow, look at that, huh? Up on the game. Yes, JT.
Save only 25% taxes.
There you go. Amen to that. Yes.
Start today, and if it's not everything, just pick one thing and just keep at it.
Love it. Yes.
I need to decide on the structure.
Okay. Decide on the structure. Yes. Okay.
Probably stock market.
Okay. Perfect. Love it. Give me your aha.
I need 6 times my freedom number in reserves.
There you go. Yes.
Though it might not be fun to put more money into investments instead of funds growth.
Okay. Yes. That's hard truth. That's a hard truth. Yes.
Start early.
There you go. Yes, Kelly. Give me your aha.
Overtime.
Nice.
Yes, I was gonna say, let time do the heavy lifting.
Okay.
Oh,
Perfect.
you skipped Ricky.
What? Oh, I'm sorry, brother.
Yeah, we got one of those
Awesome. I'm sorry. We got one of those.
I started a little while ago too, but I learned that I want to be in that top 5%.
Okay. There you go. Yes. Love it. Lynn.
I'm on a good path.
Okay. Perfect. Yes.
Choosing to be intentional,
Choosing to be intentional. Yes.
Make my money work for me.
Ah, the girl. Yes.
Invest up to 90% and make goals.
Invest up to 90%.
Yeah.
There you go. Wonderful. Amy.
Get my net tracker done.
Okay. Good membership. Yes.
Come on, Friday at 5. I look forward to your text message.
Here we go. Heads up. We're all going to do it. Consistently over time? Yes, 100%. Yes, Corey.
but I need to review my will yearly.
Okay, there we go. Yep.
Had GPS GPS to get to my freedom number and get to that 5%.
Love it.
Self-accountability of where the money's going.
Oh, good job, yes. Remember, it's not how much you make, it's what you do with it. Yes, go ahead, Kara.
Adding the affirmation, I am an investor.
There it is, yes, go ahead.
That even if you're in that 15 to 5% already, then it's really important that you actually know what the numbers are.
There you go, love it, good job, yes, Stephanie.
The rule is 72.
Rule 72, yes.
I need to reopen my business account.
There you go,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Have a girl, perfect, yes.
Focus on discipline.
Yeah, nice, yes.
Buy more real estate.
Buy more real estate, she says, yes, back you in the corner. Yep. He's video. What's your aha? What's your aha from today?
you learned from today?
Overtime.
There you go, wonderful, yes, go.
I just need to start from the bottom
There
and
you go.
figure out what my freedom number is.
That's where it starts, baby, that's where it starts, yes, go ahead.
Learn how to have a real estate business.
Learn how to have a real estate business, nice job, yes.
Time is a precious commodity.
Yes, very much,
Yes.
yes, good
Wow.
job, yes.
I've been doing that for the last year, 5%.
Okay, good job, so you're ahead of the game.
Yes.
Yes, good job. Jesse.
Go from 15 to 5% on the chart. So
Perfect.
break it down more.
Okay, love it, aha.
Let your money work for you over time.
Yes, perfect, love it. Vance.
Got a couple in here from the chat too,
Yes.
which is great. Karina says money creates options.
Yes.
Very good. Kaylin, start by saving 10%, yes. And Dana, reassess our will and buy another investment property.
Yes.
And for me, be consistent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Let's give it up for Anton here. Yes. Awesome. Well, we really care about everybody. I really love sitting down with Anton and just masterminding, throwing ideas. Amy is another great one. Get to know Amy from that aspect. And just throwing ideas at each other. What we're doing, what are we working on, what's happening, where are we going. These are the conversations that I actually really enjoy to have with people. Anybody can talk about the weather and the Seahawks and, you know, how was Christmas, but that's just,
It's surface.
that's, like, man, let's talk, right? That's just me. Sometimes my wife will go, she goes, can we just go out to dinner with friends and have a good time? No problem, but let's talk about stuff. I'm just kidding, okay? Anyways, have a good Christmas, have a great New Year's, Merry Christmas to everybody, and let's build wealth. Thank you.
Thanks, Lance. Thanks, Anton.